Hey there, folks. Adam here going live. It has been a minute since we've gone live here, but the Snow Squall event over the next 3 days looks pretty interesting, so I figured probably a good time to go live. How's everybody doing? Let me know where you're coming from in the comments. It's been a while, hasn't it? I feel like it's been like forever since we've gone live, which is a good thing because we usually go live for tornadoes, so it's probably a good thing that we haven't gone live in a while. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. For the first time in my life, I tested my audio before we went live, and I think it worked out okay. But let's see here. Jenna is coming from Wellesley. Is it Wellesley? I think so. Gravenhurst Jordan is coming from. Hello from Kitchener. Kieran. Hi, everybody. Vanessa Pope says, been a while. Yes. Yes, it has. It most certainly has. Let's see here. I can hear you fine. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Daryl. Daryl Dutch there. Awesome. Cool. So, I don't know if you've seen, you probably have though, but Brennan has created a plethora of forecast maps. So, let's bring some clarity to that. And, by the way, his maps are incredible. And I mean, they look amazing and obviously, super detailed with, all the work he does, looking through all of the different data to try to come to some sort of idea of a forecast. I mean, it all depends on which way the winds blow. So that's why they're, maybe a little bit of a larger area than the actual snow squall is going to fall. But that's a good thing. We have to deal in probability here. It's not very black and white. So, yeah. So let's jump right into his forecast maps. Normally, I would show off the models in this particular case. I don't think I have to go into that because Brennan has done a wonderful job. So let's jump right in. Actually, there's so many maps that I had to finally figure out how to do a slideshow in OBS, because I didn't want to create an instance for every single map. So I finally figured out how to do a slideshow, so that's good. So we're going to take a look at Southern Ontario. We're going to take a look at Northeastern Ontario, kind of the Sault Ste. Marie area. And we'll also take a look at the snow day forecast. I don't know if that's his final forecast, so maybe I should wait until he posts it, but we'll see. We'll see if that's the final one. So let's jump right into the very colorful and vibrant 3-day snowfall forecast. So this is a 72-hour forecast. This is, of course, for Southern Ontario, for areas basically east of Lake Huron, east and southeast of Georgian Bay. That's really who's being affected here. Although, as you can tell by the colors, and some of the model data even shows at times the snow squall reaching all the way into the GTA. So, and I say the snow squall, there's going to be several bands of snow squalls. It's going to be pretty interesting for sure. So we're going to have to see exactly how this does play out. But, yeah, long story short, there's Brendan's map there. And talking about some pretty high values. Let me know in the comments if you've already seen this forecast, but it's talking about some pretty darn high values there. Up to maybe 25 centimeters, potentially into the 40 centimeter realm. I'm only going to talk in centimeters in this forecast. If you prefer inches, which I know many do, as many of us were raised that way, in the imperial context. Actually, in the legend, Brennan talks about, so if you see right below me, you can actually see all of the inch versions of the centimeter measurements that we're discussing. So let's see here. PB says map is potato quality on screen. So if you're watching the stream like this and you can't see anything, turn your phone to the side. Turn your iPad to the side. Even better, if you follow us on YouTube, because we're live on Twitter, on Twitch, on YouTube, on Facebook, and on TikTok. But if you follow us on YouTube, so if you just search instant weather on YouTube, then you can load it up on the TV and it's going to look drastically better than it does on your phone. So especially for labels and to be able to see all the details. Yeah. So let me know how it looks. And if you're let me know if you're watching the stream on YouTube. Here we go. YouTube looks great. Perfect. That's good to see. Looks fine on my end. Yeah. So anyways, if you're watching on your phone like this and it's taking up a little sliver of your phone, just turn it to the side and it will fill the whole screen. That's better than nothing. But yeah, if you can watch it on your TV or on an iPad, it is drastically better. And Amanda C says, adjust your video quality settings on YouTube. Yeah, so on YouTube, you can actually set it, because we live stream in 1080p, but it might default to a lower resolution. So make sure you go into the little settings wheel and you put it up to 1080p or the maximum resolution possible. So Yes, let's see here. Hold on a second here. Already getting some spam. We'll have to deal with that in a minute. But so yeah, that is your forecast. It is very colorful, but this is not all falling in one day, and this is where things become confusing. And we get the messages after the fact that say we get like a message tomorrow that says, "Where's all this snow you predicted?" And it's like, hold on a second. This is a 3-day event. It's not all going to happen in one day. And actually, this is why. It's actually quite useful that Brennan has done so many different maps because he actually broke it down into its 24-hour windows, which is great. So, let's see here. Oh, the description on the instant weather says we're going to go live to discuss thunderstorms. Yeah, it's probably some default description thing we have. Whoopsie. Obviously, we're not going live to discuss thunderstorms. We're going live to discuss snow squalls, so I'll have to work on that. But hey, let's see here. Vanessa on TikTok says we haven't had any snow yet. Frowny face. We're already getting some in Barrie here. So I'm in Barrie, right in the middle of this mess, as you can see. Yeah. So if you look at areas a little bit to the north, so Midland, maybe kind of like Wasaga Beach, or a little bit to the northeast of that, and into Bracebridge. That's where you see 25 to 40 centimeters possible. Also in southwestern Ontario, so Kincardine, Hanover, maybe the Owen Sound areas that you're going to see 25 to 40 centimeters is kind of the upper. It's not like everybody in that area is going to see 40 centimeters. Obviously, this is going to be moving around, and not everybody's going to see the most intense part of it all the time. We're just saying, like, probably the photos of the biggest dumpings is going to be up to 40 centimeters. So the people that get hit the hardest will see 25 to 40 centimeters, but not everybody's going to see that. Just because you're in the red area does not mean for sure you're going to see that. It all depends on where the squalls move, and they can shift back and forth many, many times, as we're all aware of. So in the pink areas that are just outside of the 25 to 40, you're seeing 20 to 30 centimeters are possible. So that's for like Huntsville, Orillia, just north of Barrie. Maybe even Barrie might clip, like the north end of Barrie might see 20 to 30. Might be a little bit on the lower than that, but it's hard to say for sure. And and then in southwestern Ontario, areas west of Collingwood. So let me think here. Maybe Thornbury potentially. It's hard to say. But Wiarton, Tobermory, and areas a little bit further south than that. So possibly Goderich, and maybe areas west of Kitchener could be seen 20 to 30 centimeters, again, to the maximum. So the local maximums can get up to that realm. And actually, if you look at the legend below me, the local maximums can get even maybe a little bit higher. So in the red areas, you might see like a single report or a handful of reports that are up to 50 centimeters, which is 10 to 16 inches. So yeah, it's not the hugest snow squall event we've had, but it's certainly a potent one, and it's also one of the first. So that's usually when we see the pileups and all that kind of stuff for the folks that don't have their snow tires on and decide to drive way too aggressively. And of course, we want to avoid that stuff. But yes. Amazing Person 349 says, look at the Tuesday Huron squall forecasted by the new HER model. It's looking crazy. Yeah, so models are continuing strong. Thank you, Amazing Person 3409. Our anonymous friend that's on YouTube that always helps out for live streams. So we love this person. We have no idea who they are, but they're awesome. And that's great. So in the purple areas, 10 to 20 centimeters. So probably that's more likely maybe the Barrie area, a little bit to the south, maybe Angus, Innisfil. You're looking at Guelph, Hamilton. Oh, not Hamilton, Brantford. I got to look at the little arrows. Brennan did a whole, I don't know if he knows, every single season there's like a new version of our maps. And this is the newest version he's done. And I think it's fantastic because if you look at where like the drop shadow of the city names, then it has a tiny little corner that points. It's all different on all the different names, but it points to exactly where the location is. So I think that's better than like a dot. And he was trying some like arrows out before, and I was like, I'm not really fond of that. But then he found this, which I think is amazing. The city name flag is great. It says, hold on, how do you pronounce this? Wanadran, something like that. But anyways, yeah, the city name flag is awesome. Cool. Haley says he did awesome on the new look. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I can't take any credit for it. It's all Brennan. He's brilliant, and he's the map master. So. He's taking it to the next level here. But let's get into some of the other maps. So let me jump into the slideshow. I finally figured out how to use this. Okay, this is one of 5 maps for Southern Ontario. So All right, let's get into it. So there's a zoomed in version here. Let's get into the zoomed in version. That might be easier for folks to see here. So yeah, you can see that Barrie is actually, I know I go right to Barrie because I live there, but that's how it goes. You can see Barrie's right on the line between the 20 to 30 centimeters and the 15 to 25 centimeters. So so kind of maybe the northern areas of Barrie up towards Oro, maybe I guess towards Aurelia for sure, and then those areas probably seen 20 to 30 centimeters on the high end, and then we could see some local maximums that maybe exceed that as well too. But Barrie is split right down the middle, and it could be 15 to 25 centimeters or so. We have snow squall watches in place from Environment Canada. Let us know if you received those through our app. If you have not downloaded our free app yet, please head over to Instant Weather app on instantweatherapp.com. You go directly to the website, instantweatherapp.com, or you can just go in the App Store or the Google Play Store and search Instant Weather. Make sure you look for our white and blue logo, and the app is free. So there's like an app out there called Insta Weather, like Instagram, but that is not our app, and I think they charge for that. So that's definitely not the one you want. It looks like that's strange. TikTok just said they've limited our visibility. Anyways, TikTok is always getting grumpy for some reason. Anywho, so hopefully it still works if you're on the TikTok, but if not, just jump over to the YouTube. So instantweatherapp.com, download our app for free, and then when the eventual snow squall warnings come out and that type of thing, you'll get notified for those. And of course, in the summertime, when it is a little bit more significant, when we have damaging wind gusts or reported tornadoes or strong rotation on radar, all of those things we will notify you for as well too. Yes, so that is the more zoomed in map. There is a link to this forecast if you follow us on Facebook or Twitter. So on Twitter, it's iWeatherOn, iWeather, and then ON. And then if you follow us on Facebook, you can either go to Ontario Stormwatch or Instant Weather Ontario, our two pages, and find this forecast and look through it. And there you'll see all of these maps. If you're having a hard time maybe seeing them on your phone, pull them up on your computer or just pull up our YouTube live stream on your computer. So that is the zoomed in map. Again, this is the 3-day forecast. So let's go through the days here. This is Sunday. So this is today. And as you can see, Barrie's only looking at 0 to 5 centimeters. Peterborough, Newmarket, Guelph, Kitchener, London, all the way down to Windsor. It's possible to see nothing. So 0 is one of the options on that forecast. Nothing to 5 centimeters. So maybe some flurries, maybe a little bit of accumulation. We actually started off, I was outside, we were doing the decorations for the Christmas tree, or like the Christmas decorations outside, and we were getting pummeled by ice pellets to start off with here in Barrie, but that quickly transitioned to heavy wet snow. So it was interesting being out there. But then some of the higher areas like Bruce Peninsula, Kincardine, Owen Sound, Hanover, Collingwood, you might see 5 to 15 centimeters into the overnight hours here. So that's the 24-hour forecast, basically all of Sunday into Sunday evening. And areas in Muskoka as well too. So Bracebridge up towards Parry Sound and Huntsville, Sunridge, Algonquin Park, and a little bit further to the north too. So we will touch on northeastern Ontario. I have separate maps. Brennan has done so many maps. We have separate maps for northeastern Ontario as well. But Brit and North, Manitoulin Island and North, those areas could see 5 to 15 centimeters tonight into the early tomorrow as well too. So let's go to the next map here. So that is Sunday, November 26th, and let's go to Monday, November 27th. That's when things start to pick up on the snow squall machine. And as you can see, 15 to 25 centimeters is possible for Port Carling, Bracebridge, Port Sydney, Huntsville, Parry Sound. Surrounding that in the larger purple area. And this, again, depends on which way the winds shift, where those bands set up, because there's going to be very, very narrow bands of snow. So, I mean, basically this large, even though you can see the giant areas up there, the bands will only be about this large, and they'll be shifting back and forth. So some areas might see a bunch of snow, and then it goes away, and then it comes back, and it all depends on where the winds shift these. This is the trickiest. Snow squalls are a bit... It's hard to say. I mean, the tornadoes are really hard to forecast, but snow squalls are equally as challenging in their own unique situations. So 15 to 25 centimeters for the kind of pinkish purple areas. The darker purple is 10 to 20 centimeters. That would be Burk's Falls, kind of Point de Barrel, let's see here, Minden, maybe Gravenhurst, but it's right on the edge. So Midland, possibly Washago and those areas. And then further into southwestern Ontario, you're talking about Hanover, Minto, Wingham, Chatsworth, Flesherton, Arthur, Fergus areas. 10 to 20 centimeters is possible. Also, too, for the tip of Bruce Peninsula, so Tobermory, Lions Head area. Might see that. And then everybody else, if you're in the blue, you're looking at 5 to 15 centimeters. And if you are in that kind of like bluish aqua green area, which is from Barrie all the way down into the GTA and then into the rest of southwestern Ontario and into parts of eastern Ontario, nothing is possibility, or up to 5 centimeters is possible. So for me here in Barrie, it's not really getting going. Really, it's just a little bit, and then things get going a little bit later as the winds start to shift. So that always happens with these events. It's pretty intense, and then all of a sudden the winds shift, and you think, oh, we totally missed this event, and then it brings it right down to where you're located. So let's get into the next image here as well, too. Now, this is for Tuesday, the 28th of November. And for those who are watching this video in like a decade, this is for 2023. Check the dates, please, people. Sometimes we get messages on like a video from like 3 years ago, and they're like, oh no, this thing is happening. And we're like, this video is 3 years old. So yes, this is Tuesday's forecast, and that's where things get a little more interesting for areas further to the south. And that's where we start to see a big pickup on these. Brennan says, I'm currently eating waffle fries and watching the live stream. And somebody says he's the map goat. Yeah, he's definitely the map goat. Goat being greatest of all time. Yeah, you can see the hardest hit areas, Midland, 20 to 30 centimeters on Tuesday for Midland and possibly the Wasaga areas. Down to Barrie. Barrie's on the edge again. So somewhere between 15 to 25 centimeters on Tuesday and 10 to 20 centimeters is possible. So the majority of the action for kind of Lake Simcoe is going to happen on Tuesday. But again, we'll see a little bit of snow over the next, over today and into tomorrow. But Tuesday is where the action happens here. That's where the strongest snow squalls will pick up. So Port Elgin, Chatsworth, Hanover, 20 to 30 centimeters as well, too. You're looking at 20 to 30 for Listowel and Wingham, maybe areas north of Goderich and Point Clark. And then, again, the purple areas around it, as you can see, 15 to 25 centimeters for Mitchell, Clinton, Stratford, areas west of Kitchener, kind of north of Arthur, west of Shelburne, Flesherton, Owen Sound, etc. So, yes, you can see all the stuff on the map. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, I love the outline of each area and how it kind of is 3D, so it almost seems like the areas are sitting, it almost seems like the snowfall is actually sitting on top of each other. Something about that is just very pleasing to the eye, so I really like that. Way to go, Brennan. That's killer. Cool. So that is the last map I have for southern Ontario, showing the intense snowfall that happens all the way into Tuesday. Again, a 3-day event. Not everybody's going to see it, especially for the first 2 days. It's going to be mainly areas just kind of due east. The winds seem to be blowing, out of the west, going due east, and so we'll see what happens as they start to shift further to the south. Things could get interesting. So that is what I have for that. Let's jump into. Actually, I see Brennan is listening to the thing, so I can ask him questions. That's always useful. Brennan, is the snow day forecast is it your final one? Because I just pulled it off of our team chat. Is that the final one? That can I show that one, or have you even posted it yet? Oh, wait till I'm staring at this goat GIF that someone put in our chat. Oh, I see him typing. Yes, it has been posted. Okay, perfect. All right. Well, I'm going to show the snow day forecast first, and then I will jump into the northeastern Ontario forecast as well, too. So if you're in eastern Ontario, you're not going to see that much out of this event. Maybe a few centimeters, maybe on the long tail. Because sometimes when these really strong snow squalls happen, they can go. I've seen them go all the way from Georgian Bay to like eastern Ontario. So if that happens, there'll be a few isolated areas that might see a bit more accumulation. But for the most part, this is a classic snow squall event. So it's going to be areas east of Lake Huron and areas east and southeast of Georgian Bay, which I happen to be in the direct target of. So let's get into the snow day forecast. I'm going to zoom it in here in a second, but we always like to clarify that we have absolutely zero authority with bus cancellation forecasts. Like this is We don't make this happen. We have zero authority. This is literally our best guess based on our forecast. That's it. So, yes. But we get some great feedback, though. We've had some incredible feedback, actually, from... and it's always quietly. It's like in a private message from someone. I work for this school board, and we always check your maps. We check Environment Canada stuff as well, but we love checking your maps and kind of comparing between the two to help us make a decision. So it's nice to get that kind of feedback. It's always quiet. So he's just quiet, like, thank you so much, feedback. But and we've had interesting, over the years, we've had a few messages of who do you think you are making these snow day forecasts, yada, yada, yada. And actually one time we had one and I said, you know what, if this is a genuine concern, we're going to run a poll. So we ran a poll. We said, do you want us to continue the snow day forecast? And it was something into the 99 percentile that said yes. So we're going to keep doing it. Again, we have no authority with the snow day forecast. It's up to the school boards. It's up to the schools, up to the bus companies. It's up to the parents if they want to send their kids out in that or not. It's not up to us. This is just our forecast. So yeah, so this is the snow day forecast. Brendan has done a great job kind of marking out the different school boards, which is hopefully making it a little bit easier. Again, if you're having a hard time seeing this and you're watching this on your phone like this, turn your phone to the side. It'll make it full screen. Or even better, search for Instant Weather on YouTube. Please give us a subscribe, by the way. We've passed 10,000 subscribers now. We're on our way up. We're slowly creeping up the... whatever it is, the scale there. Yeah, thank you so much to all those who have subscribed. So even if you don't want to watch us on YouTube, head over to YouTube, search for Instant Weather, and please give us, and please subscribe to our channel. And then you get notifications too when we go live, which is useful. But if you watch it on your TV, it's a lot easier to see. And then your phone is free to do other things, or your iPad or whatever you're using. So let me jump into the zoomed version of this. So just crop it in basically, and this is only for tomorrow. So this is Monday's snow day forecast. So Simcoe Central, we're only talking about a 5% chance. It's not very promising. Areas like Kawartha Lakes, maybe a 10% chance. But as you go further north, so Simcoe North, 25% chance. That's something. I wouldn't get your hopes up, but it's something. And then like Parry Sound, 75% chance of a snow day tomorrow. And east of Parry Sound, so kind of the Trillium, Muskoka area, a 50-50 flip a coin chance. Same with Bruce Peninsula. And in southwestern Ontario, like a 25% chance for Kincardine. So this isn't too exciting. I'm sure the snow day forecast for Tuesday will be a little bit more exciting than this one. But unless you're in Parry Sound area, then you're probably excited. But again, 75% chance means there's a 25% chance you won't get a snow day. So yeah, that's just how it goes. And then as you can see in the green, there's a 5% chance down kind of Guelph area, Exeter. It's pretty slim. Actually, let me go back to the original map here. Oh, yeah. Brennan says you can also go to the... you can actually go look at the snow day forecast if you go to our website. So if you go to instantweather.ca/snow-day. I can actually bring that up here. Give me 1 second. He's got it in here somewhere. I'll just make a new one. Create a banner. All right. So it's Instant Weather. I can do this on the fly. instantweather.ca/snow-day. So I will put that banner up on the screen. Let's see here. There we go. Oh, it wanted me to delete one. Okay, we've maxed out our banners. Instantweather.ca snow-day. All right. So let me put that there and put it up on the screen. There you go. So if you go to instantweather.ca/snow-day, you'll be able to look at this in detail. And you might want to bookmark that because then you can always just check to see when the snow day forecast comes out. So, yeah, I just want to go back to the full map for a second. Aw, Brennan, you did not. What happened to the legend? No, the legend used to be so good. I was hoping that we still had the legend, but I realized you have no room for it now. The legend used to say, like, what was it? At 25%, you're supposed to, like, sleep with a spoon under your pillow. At 50% chance, you're supposed to wear your pajamas inside out. 75 was shovel the driveway. No, I don't know what that was. But anyways, yeah. Brennan, I can see Brennan typing. Oh, no. Maybe he could add that as a separate image to the website just so we have the... I love the old legend. And he's not. He's too busy eating his waffle fries. Okay. Anyway, so that is your snow day forecast. I'm just going to jump into the Northern Ontario forecast as well too. And as you can see, Sault Ste. Marie, this is the full 3-day forecast as well. But Sault Ste. Marie, 25 to 40 centimeters is possible for that area. Wow. 20 to 30 centimeters just east of that for Wawa. And then 15 to 25 centimeters for Elliott Lake. And then there's potential for 10 to 20 centimeters of snowfall in general for a big chunk of northeastern Ontario, Sudbury, Timmins, Kapuskasing, all the way to kind of the Marathon areas and a little bit to the west. So let's see here. Oh, Brennan says, we had so many confused comments over it. Now that our maps are viewable on Google, I figured I'd simplify it and so people aren't confused. Oh, okay. Okay. Brennan says the spoon industry is not happy that it's not on there anymore. I see. Cool. I don't know if you noticed, but we've been getting a lot of traction from Google. All of a sudden, like if I just open up Google on my phone, it just says like the instant weather articles there. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Like it doesn't even know that I'm associated with it or anything. I just see it there. I'm like, well, let us know in the comments if you've seen our forecast maps randomly on Google. They've just been highlighting them, which is cool. That's very kind of them. Ashley says, wow, I'm in red in Sault Ste. Marie. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So, 1 second here. The BP delays and da-da-da-da-da. And Brennan's been talking about doing the, people talking on YouTube about EC being down. Environment Canada is down? That would be bad. Anyways, okay, so that is the 3-day map. So let me scroll through this here and do the slideshow again. I got 3 maps to show you. So this is for Sunday. So Sunday being today. So up 10 to 20 centimeters is possible by the end of the evening for areas just north of Sault Ste. Marie. 5 to 15 centimeters for a big chunk of northeastern Ontario, Sudbury, Timmins, etc. And then 0 to 5 centimeters possible north of that. So that is for today into the early morning. Brenda says I've got nothing on EC right now. Is it down? Is it the app? Let us know. Let's see here. NS3D Print on YouTube says Google knows everything about you. Oh, that's true. They probably do know I'm associated with it. But anyways, I'm just like on a random account. Maybe they know it's me. They probably do. They know everything. Okay, but I don't care. They don't really care who I am. Okay, so if I move to the next one here, this is Monday. So Monday, 10 to 20 centimeters possible for Sault Ste. Marie, and 5 to 15 centimeters east of that for Wawa, and 5 to 15 centimeters further to the north as well, too. So, oh, Brennan just checked and says their website is down. Must be a lot of action because of the snow squalls, but wow. So their website's down. That's not great. Oh, and it says they can't locate you on the app. Oh, okay. Shelby says servers out for 2 days. Nicole says any reasons for the site being down? Not a clue. And then Shelby said servers out for 2 days. Brenda says they can't locate me. That's not great. Anyways, if that's down for you and you do want to read the details of the alerts again, you can head over to our free app, which I believe is working. Anyone? Is our app working? Cross your fingers that our app is working. Probably. Let's see here. But yeah, again, you can head over to, let me bring up the banners. Head over to instantweatherapp.com, and then you can check for your location, and you can see exactly which alerts are in place for that particular area. So let's see here. We're done. I think that is the extent. Yeah, government sites, EC app, and website. Oh, all government sites are down? Oh, wow, that's not good. Eek. So I want to jump in and get some of your questions here, and I also want to, let's see here. I'm going to jump back to the snow day forecast because everybody loves it. But I do, what we could do here is actually bring up, I didn't prepare it, but I could bring up our radar just to see exactly who's got these snow squall watches in place right now as well too. So let me just do that here in the background. Give me a second. There's some very exciting things happening with Instant Weather Pro, by the way. So that is where I'm stoked about that. Very, very exciting stuff. We will get into that soon. Can't wait to tell you about it. But yeah, let me just load up the alerts on here. Give me just 1 second here. Da, 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 da. Okay, that looks good to me. And Now I wonder. Let me just refresh that. That's odd. The radar seems to be working fine, but the alerts are down. I wonder if that has something to do with EC being having issues right now. Because I could have sworn I saw the Snow Squall watches up on it before. Oh, there. Okay, there they are. I just updated. Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to switch over to Instant Weather Pro. Give me just 1 second here, and then I'll try to answer some of your questions. Give me 1 sec. Where is it here? I think it's... there we go. Perfect. Okay. Let me just go up to that, and we should be good. Back to studio mode. All right. Perfect. Okay, I will make that transition now. There we go. Cool. So this is Instant Weather Pro, which you can subscribe to at instantweatherpro.com. We are going to be launching it inside of our Instant Weather app, which is super exciting. We are going to be launching it in the US as well too, which is also super exciting. And yeah, so there's a lot of cool stuff happening with it. A lot of great things. So give me 1 second here. I just have to put there we go. And let me just copy this here. Actually, I know exactly what to do. All right. There we go. Let me just hit refresh on this. I just wanted to get rid of the polygon about the forecast. And there we go. So basically right now the Snow Squall watches, as you can see, let me jump back to the live stream. I'm going to switch this to single mode here. And you can see the Snow Squall watches include Barrie, Aurelia, Midland, Bracebridge, Huntsville, Owen Sound, all of Bruce Peninsula, Kincardine areas right here. If I zoom in, we'll see some more places like Hanover, Chelsea, Shelburne. Let us know in the comments if you did receive the Snow Squall watch from our app. Let us know. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, Lynn says, yeah, government sites are definitely down. Oh, that's not great. That's not great for a lot of reasons. But anyways, yeah. So this is the Snow Squall watches Gravenhurst, Bala, Bracebridge, Parry Sound, Huntsville, all the way to Dorset, which I visited earlier this year. It was actually quite lovely. But that's currently the Snow Squall watches. I have a feeling those are going to shift, especially as the winds begin to shift as we get towards Tuesday. But right now, and of course, you know, if things do happen the way Environment Canada and the way we're expecting it to happen, then we'll probably get into Snow Squall warnings as well too. But right now, we are in the Snow Squall watches at the moment. Jess says, I got notified about your live, but not necessarily Snow Squall watch. Jess, are you inside of the Snow Squall watch? Can you double check? So if you go to our app and you punch in your location, does it say you have a Snow Squall watch? Because if it doesn't, if you're like anywhere around here, just outside of the Snow Squall watch, or anywhere to the south or east or north, you wouldn't have received that notification. Only if you're inside of the polygon, if you're inside of the box that basically mentions what areas are being affected, then you would have received that. But yeah, let's see here. Okay, just going to go through some questions here. I don't know if you answered this already. I just had to quickly leave the stream, but how will the snow be in New Tecumseh? So I can pull up, we can jump back to the forecast maps here, and let me just transition to that. Pull up the forecast maps and take a look at which one here. Let's see. There we go. Got my slideshow. So New Tecumseh will be... Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know if he's got that on the zoomed maps. I'm trying to remember exactly where New Tecumseh is. It's north of Orangeville. It's west of Innisfil, southwest of Innisfil. It's kind of near Bradford, would it not be? Kind of west of Bradford? Let me just double check. I want to make sure I know exactly where I'm looking at, but New Tecumseh. And that's not to be confused with Tecumseh, which is down near Windsor. So this is slightly different. Oh, it's Alliston, isn't it? Isn't that what they call Alliston now? Is it called New Tecumseh? It's basically Alliston. So northeast of Orangeville, and it is southwest of New... Oh, so you're right kind of on the edge here. you're kind of in a little bit of a maybe not that much area, right? You can see that basically, if you see where that 0 to 5 centimeter is in the kind of greenish, why did they change Alliston to New Tecumseh? Wasn't New Tecumseh like east of Alliston? I can't remember. I'm not sure why they amalgamated the names. Or was it always the same place? Was there two names for the same place? Please enlighten me on why that has happened. But yeah, so you might get only 0 to 5 centimeters over the next 3 days. But, oh, sorry, wait, that's only a 24-hour. Oh, my mistake. That's only the 24-hour forecast. Let me go back a few here. Whoopsie doodle. There we go. All right. We should probably get New Tecumseh on this forecast map if we can. It looks like we could stick it right there above northeast of Orangeville, potentially. I think we should get it in there. It's right where the 0.5 icon is, south of Angus. Oh, so Brennan says the 0 to 5 centimeter icon is literally, if you see that icon, at least on that last map, that's exactly where New Tecumseh would be. Scott says it's called New Tech. You just call it New Tech now? Interesting. Highway 9, New Tecumseh. New Tecumseh, yeah. Let's see here. Sorry, I was reading some funny comments. Oh dear. So this is the full 3-day forecast map, and that does have a little bit more. So potentially still kind of only in the 5 to 15 centimeters, but you might be on the edge of 10 to 20 centimeters. So yeah, over the 3 days, you might see a little bit of snow. It's not going to be a boatload. Susan says New Tecumseh is Tottenham, Beaton, and Alliston. Ah. But I mean, like when you go to when you go to Google Maps, it puts New Tecumseh right where Alliston is. You don't even see the name Alliston anymore. You can just see New Tecumseh, which is interesting. So, I don't know. It happens. Okay, so let's see here. Anthony says, Peterborough getting any good amount? Not that much. Peterborough is currently, over the 3-day, we're only expecting Peterborough to get somewhere between 0 to 5 centimeters. So you might see a dusting. I mean, it could exceed a little bit higher than that. As you can see here in the legend that is below me, you can see that there could see a local maximum of up to 8 centimeters maybe for Peterborough. But chances are, unless the snow squall perfectly lines up with Peterborough and stays there, chances are you're probably only getting less than 10 centimeters. So, Samantha says, are the squalls expected? Oh, hi, Samantha. I know Samantha. Are the squalls expected for the full 3 days? It's starting off with this kind of system snow that's moving through, and then squalls in behind that. And the squalls are going to be pretty much, they're going to be rocking and rolling for Monday and Tuesday, but that depends on where you're located. And Samantha, I know you're in kind of like the Barrie area. And therefore, we're not really seeing all the action, at least the rock solid action, until Tuesday. So Monday we might see some snow, just like we were seeing tonight here in Barrie. But the big action is going to be Tuesday for sure. Carrie says, are the amounts on the screen now totals for the whole event? So yes, if you look at the very, very top left of the screen, it says 3-day snowfall forecast. It says the start Sunday and the end on Tuesday. But I will break it down into the individual days. So we did that before, so I'll run through that one more time. Let's see here. Oh, Miranda's asking why we don't have there's no live stream notification on the app anymore. I deleted it just so I could click on the snow squall watches, because the live stream is basically getting close to being over. So I took it off the app for now. Let's see here. Okay, so that is the 3-day. So let's jump back here and take a look at each day. So this is Sunday. So this is tonight into the evening. As you can see, Peterborough's right on the edge of maybe 0 to 5 centimeters, probably not that much. And you can see the areas in Muskoka and parts of southwestern Ontario, like Hanover region, Tobermory region, Manitoulin Island, all the way up to Sudbury. Could see 5 to 15 centimeters overnight. Again, you can actually check out these forecast maps if you visit our website and you go to, or if you're on Facebook or if you're on Twitter, look for Instant Weather Ontario on Facebook or on Twitter. Or X. I guess I have to start calling it X, whatever. Anyways, Twitter. So Facebook or Twitter, look for Instant Weather Ontario, and then you'll see the link to this forecast article, and it's a big, long article. It's got all the different maps, and you can click on them to make them very big on your screen or on your device, and you can pinch to zoom and zoom right in on your areas and all of that stuff. Rich says, what's expected in Timmins? In Timmins. So let me jump to the northern. I have the northern forecast as well, too. And I will jump to the full 3-day forecast here. There we go. So for Timmins, oh, you can't see that yet until I transition it. There we go. All right. So for Timmins, you're looking at 10 to 20 centimeters. Probably worst case scenario, 10 to 20 centimeters. There could be maybe up to 25 centimeters for very isolated areas in the Timmins region. But as we get into northeastern Ontario, it gets a little bit more difficult to forecast exactly who's going to get what. I mean, it's difficult to forecast that anyways, but in northeastern Ontario, it's exceedingly difficult because, an area west of Timmins could get all of that snow, and then Timmins could get much less or much more, and it all comes down to exactly where the heaviest snowfall decides to fall. But Timmins should be expecting, you're in the northeastern of Ontario, so winter happens for you a little longer than us in the south. But 10 to 20 centimeters is what we're expecting for your area. So let us know if that ends up being bang on or not. It's a really good thing to do as well, too. I don't know if you have downloaded our free app, but if you do have our free app, I think it's a really good thing to compare the app forecast to our forecast maps, because they're actually done completely differently. So the app forecast is automatically generated, and the map forecast is done painstakingly, gruelingly by hand, going through all the different models and trying to create an accurate ensemble between all of those different models. So basically, between the two, you should have a pretty good idea of what to expect. So if I look at our app right now for Barrie, for my area of Barrie, it says remaining, we're going to get another 0.5 centimeters tonight in Barrie. We've already got quite a few centimeters today, or at least this evening. It says tomorrow 3.5 centimeters for Barrie, and then it says Tuesday 4.5 centimeters. And again, that can actually change as well too. But so if you add all those up and then compare that to our forecast on the forecast map, those numbers can be a little bit different. Sometimes the map has more snow and the app has less, and there are times where the app has more snow and our map has less. So it's good to compare between the two to try to get an idea of the range of possibilities between the two. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Just going through the comments here. Carolyn says, you may have covered already, but anything for the Niagara region? That's a good question. I will double check into that. Let me just jump back to the Southern Ontario forecast, and let me transition that over. There we go. And I will jump back to the full forecast here. Give me 1 second. There we go. All right, so actually the zoomed out one. Yeah, Niagara we've got at nothing, somewhere between nothing and 5 centimeters. So maybe a dusting, maybe a few centimeters, but we're not expecting too much. And as you can see, it pretty much covers all of the areas that aren't really in the main snow squall regions. Maybe somewhere between nothing and something is what you've got. So somewhere between nothing and something. That's basically, in fact, that's our forecast for everybody. You're going to be somewhere between nothing and something. So there's zero chance you can say that's an inaccurate forecast. That's got to be perfect. That's 100% accuracy right there. Definitely, Carol. Yeah, it's you can't get more accurate than that. In fact, from now on, that's going to be my forecast all the time. Somewhere between nothing and something is the forecast. 100% accuracy every time. Let's see here. Brennan does say, although the app will likely be a bit off because lake effect snow squall doesn't always show up. Yeah, so lake effect snow squall with our app forecasting system is sometimes hit and miss. Sometimes it's not bad, but there are times where it's like you're going to get a few centimeters and then you get pounded with like 20, 30 centimeters. So that's where our forecast maps can actually be quite beneficial, because Brennan goes deep into the snow squalls to make sure what's going to happen. I appreciate that. Jennifer says, what is going on at your favorite place, Squirrel Depot? Squirrel Depot right now, probably 0 to 5 centimeters. They're still going to have time to, fatten up before winter season. They're going to have a little bit of time, the squirrels there. But Squirrel Depot, our favorite place, which is in Eastern Ontario, somewhere near Pembroke and Petawawa. Squirrel Depot. They're gonna have an interesting time up there. Brad says 100% accurate, but 0% useful. True, but 100% funny. So, I mean, so was your comment too, by the way. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Alicia says Windsor isn't getting much. Does Windsor ever get much? Windsor has a hard time with winter. And one of our team members is in Sarnia, and she also complains all the time that she never gets any winter storms. So she's so happy when she gets stuff. I'd love to send everything from Barrie down to wherever you are. If you really like snow and you live in an area that doesn't get that much snow, I'd love to just get a truck and just ship all of our snow directly to your place and just like dump it on your driveway if you want. Or maybe on your lawn. It's probably a little nicer if we dump it on your lawn. But yeah, that seems like, let's see here. Quake Ninja for life laughing. That's right. It's been fun. You know what? We haven't had a live stream in so long. I swear it feels like it's been a lifetime since we've gone live. What's the last date we went live? Like September or something? Or earlier than that? It's probably September. But did we go October? I don't think so. It feels like a long time. Feels like a lifetime. It might have been August. I don't know. Probably September. Let's see here. Welcome back, brah. Says, I won't read the rest of your name. I'll just read the 35655 part. Welcome back, brah. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Interesting. Tone says, we miss you, Adam. Thanks so much. Missed you as well. It's been a while. I haven't played any songs in a while either. Maybe I have to play a song before we go. Let's see here. Oh, Brennan says he locks me in the basement in the winter. I mean, I'm in the basement right now, so even if I was locked in the basement, I could still go live. But he says he locks me in the basement all winter. I'm only allowed out for tornado season, I think. Which is fine. Let's see here. Maybe I'll play a Beatles song. Did anybody hear that? Let me know in the comments. Have you heard that new Beatles song that came out where they like got an old tape of John Lennon and they used like AI to like pull his voice away from the piano so you could really hear his voice crystal clear? It was like #1 in the world. So let me know if you heard it. I kind of learned it, so maybe I'll play it. But it's called Now and Then by the Beatles. It's the Beatles' final song. They're calling it the absolute last Beatles song ever. There's a really great video, too, on YouTube. It's like a 12-minute video of how they made the song. But it's like, you get all teary-eyed by the end of it. It's pretty amazing. So Tracy says, heard it. It grows on you, too. When you first hear it, you're like, it's all right. And then, like, you hear it like 10 times, and you're like, I really like this song. Let's see here. Kate says, what are we getting... what are we to get in Menacing Barrie area? Well, those are two slightly different areas, but Menacing's like what? It's like Springwater, I think, kind of area. As you can see in the forecast map here, I'll do the zoomed in one. Let me jump into the zoomed in one here. So Barrie's on the edge of 15 to 25 centimeters and 20 to 30 centimeters. So maybe 20? Somewhere in there? Somewhere in there. Olivia says, was just listening to that one. Shelby says, song was good. Miss Harley Quinn says, I like the new Beatles song. Environmental says, have not heard it, please sing it to us. Maybe I'll crack it out, we'll see. I don't know much of it. I'll have to pull up the words. And I'm definitely not doing the bridge because it's complex. Let's see here. Is it Lisa? Lisa? Probably just Lisa. Says, do you know what time the winds will shift? I can go take a peek in the background at a model just to kind of get an idea of when. Brennan, supposedly the Amazing Person 3409, I don't know if you were on the stream at that point in time, our friend on YouTube was saying that the latest HRR model was crazy. So the winds are going to shift, so they're going to be blowing east until about Tuesday morning, yeah. So overnight Tuesday, they start to shift, and basically by Tuesday morning, so that's 7, 8 a.m. By Tuesday morning, they're already going to be moving to the southeast. So Barrie's going to start getting pummeled. Well, Barrie's going to have there's going to be several lines of squalls. But on Tuesday morning, it's going to be basically like school time. Barrie's going to be getting pummeled. And areas in southwestern Ontario as well, too, especially kind of like Goderich. Yeah, so the shift, it's all going to be blowing to the east, and then it's going to shift to the southeast before it's finished. So that's going to be interesting. Brad says, is the map you are currently displaying available in the app? I believe so. Brendan, I think so. Let me just see. I'll check the top of my app. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I don't know if it'll focus there. So you can see there's the Snow Squall Watch, And then you see the blue one that says potential blizzard-like conditions, yada, yada, yada. If you click on that one, then there's a link directly to our website. So yeah, so if you have our free app, download it, instantweatherapp.com, and then you'll be able to click on the link for the forecast map, and that will take you to our website, and you'll be able to see it all there as well. So, whoa, some of the new forecast models are coming in, and they look grumpy. Whoa, let me just pull that up here. Brennan says just a casual 70 centimeters on the latest forecast model. Whoa, and where is that? Oh, that's in southwestern Ontario. But where exactly? And yeah, Barrie is a little bit higher now. This is in inches. Oh, this is in centimeters. Okay. All right. But yeah, 70 centimeters. Oh, Brennan's gonna send it over to me, overlaid with the city names, so we can see. And this is only one model, but wow, the HRRR high resolution model coming in at a casual 70 centimeters. Wow, and that's not for a specific area yet. I'll let you know. I think it's kind of down towards the Listowel area, southwestern Ontario. But yeah, Brad, you can grab that in the app. Thank you so much. Amazing Person 349 says they're likely to change, though. That's for sure. I mean, you know, as these days go on, things will shift drastically. Chris says, who provides the forecast models? So the National Weather Service, out of the US, of course. Environment Canada has their own models. The EU has their own model called the European model. There are many, many different models that you can go peruse through. And there's a few different places we can get them. Pivotalweather.com is great. It's free. Check out pivotalweather.com. It's amazing. And you can spend all day looking at models, and then they update all the time too. So you have to keep looking at the new ones, and then it's literally it's a full-time thing. Let's see here. Jennifer says 70 centimeters in southwestern Ontario. That better be the northern part of southwestern Ontario. It looked a little more to the southwest. And again, this is a forecast model. Things can change, but looks like somebody, if this all comes together, somebody's going to get hammered in southwestern Ontario. So Chris says Environment Canada is down, so I guess the US is okay. The US has some of the best modeling in the world. The US National Weather Service and NOAA is extremely well funded, and some of the best models come out of there. They don't always work in all parts of Canada, but they work in southern Ontario. So, and they work in very deep southern prairies and some parts of like New Brunswick and Quebec and into Nova Scotia. But they don't work for areas further to the north, but they work for southern Ontario. Happens to be kind of nestled down. Actually, what somebody told me, Leamington is the same as Northern California. So if you take Northern California in a map and you move it all the way over, it hits Leamington. So we're pretty far south, even though we're not a state. We're obviously still a province, but it's pretty far south where we are. So that's why we still have, intense thunderstorms and all of that kind of stuff here. Let's see here. Jennifer is pretty upset about it. No, I'm not ready. I refuse to accept it. I'm putting a bubble over Walvisburg and Chatham Kent. I don't think it was that far south. No. It wasn't that far south. Sorry. It was more like the Listowel area. It looked like it, but I have to double check. Chris says, awesome. Thank you. No problem. Nicole says, long time no see. How was the break from being live? It was something. We've been busy. We haven't just been sitting around eating chips. Well, I've been eating lots of chips, but there's been lots going on. Owen says, how much for Collingwood? Right now, we think we're looking at 15 to 25 centimeters for the Collingwood area. It depends on if you're really close to the water or not. I know that always affects snow squalls. But one of the forecast models, oh wow, here we go. I should bring this up on the screen here. 1 second. Thanks, Brennan. Appreciate that. Whoa. So the 70 centimeters is actually east of Clinton, west of Listowel. And again, this is a forecast model, so it's not perfect, but it looks like whoa. Yeah, Cyan is 50 plus. Yeah, this is casual. It's basically like southeast of Goderich. West of Listowel, southeast of Goderich. Let me know in the comments, do you want me to bring this image up on the screen? I know this is just a forecast model, so it's not a guarantee, but it's kind of exciting sometimes to look at the latest forecast models. Exciting / horrifying to be like, wow, this is cool. And then, oh, wow, this is horrifying. But then, the next model run, you're like, oh, it's not so bad again. And then the next model run, you're like, oh, it's bad again. And then next model run, you're like, oh, it's not so bad. That's kind of how it happens. it shimmies around. But everybody wants the model data. All right, we'll give you the data. That's fine. Oh, fine. Let's see here. I think I can just add it directly to StreamYard here. But where did I download it? That's always a problem. Oh, I know where it is. I made a directory for it. Okay, cool. Let's see the horrifying map here. Oh dear, this is something. Brennan, is that 16 by 9? It doesn't matter. I'll just put it up on the screen. Okay. All right, so this is the latest HRRR that just came out about an hour ago. Oof. That's not fun. So, and to give you an idea of what it is, so purple is 15 to 25 centimeters. That's okay, Brennan, it doesn't matter. Purple is 15 to 25 centimeters. Pink is 25 to 50 centimeters. So that bright pink is getting close to 50 centimeters. And as you can see, where we actually see a blue color and then something dark inside of the weird, like aqua blue, kind of east of Goderich, west of Listowel, kind of Mitchell. Basically, Mitchell is in the path of that extremely thick snow squall. Areas like Mitchell and to the northwest of there. The model's talking about 70 centimeters. That's not a guarantee. But if the model says 70, you know, it's very possible to see 30, 40, 50, maybe 60, maybe even 70 in rare cases. So, wow. That's the latest data. It's not very exciting for, I mean, it depends on your perspective, I guess. I wouldn't be excited. I would be the opposite of excited if it was going to hit Barrie like that. But it showed quite a lot in Barrie, though. It was showing like bright pink. Brennan says the HRR tends to be quite aggressive with lake effects. So it's probably, that model's probably over the top. But wow, that is something. So let's go back to Brennan's actual forecast here for now. And as you can see again, in red, 25 to 40 centimeters. In pink, 20 to 30 centimeters. In purple, 15 to 25. In dark purple, 10 to 20 centimeters. In blue, 5 to 15. And in like the aqua green, nothing, somewhere between nothing and 5 centimeters. Between nothing and something. That's right. That is right. Let's see here. And I just want to, the last thing I want to put back up on the screen is the zoomed in snow day forecast. There we go. The zoomed in snow day forecast. This is for tomorrow. It's going to look more interesting for Tuesday, but this is for tomorrow. This is Brennan's snow day forecast for tomorrow. Let's see here. Wow. So there's that. Let me jump back into the comments here. Nicole says the gray is nothing. Yeah, so gray means nothing. Melissa says, I'm blaming all y'all that put up those dang Christmas decorations already. I mean, it's the end of November. It's time. I was putting them out today, so you can blame me. It's time. Tone says, so this is the first major snow event then? I would think so. I think so. Larissa says, are you being serious or nah? About which? Let me know. What about Grand Bend, says Penny Ross? Let's jump back to the forecast here again. And you're talking about Grand Bend. Grand Bend, you're right on the edge of 5 to 15 centimeters, so maybe as low as like 5 centimeters, and right on the edge of 10 to 20. You're right on that purple edge there, so it's hard to say. It's hard to say for sure. Oh, Larissa says, about it being 50 centimeters, how is that possible? Oh, we've had lots of events where we've seen some areas with up to 50 centimeters of snow. It happens. That's only 10 to 16 inches. I mean, I've had snowfalls in Barrie before where by the end of it we had like 3 feet of snow, or a little more than 2 feet of snow, and that's way above 50 centimeters. So yeah, 10 to 16 centimeters. So it's basically like a foot or a little bit more than a foot of snow. Is kind of like 40-ish. You know, a foot up to 30 would be 12 inches, which is a foot, and then so 50 would be, you know, a foot and a half-ish, somewhere in there, a little bit less than that. But yeah, I mean that's not completely out of the question. There's been many times we've had that happen. So yeah, all right. I think I'll play a song if I remember the lyrics and if I can still sing. I went to actually karaoke last night and probably blew my voice out. I haven't done karaoke in a long time, but I used to play 3 hours a night So that was fun. When I played 3 hours a night, then it was okay. But yeah, so I'll play that new Beatles song for you. I wanted to give that a shot. As soon as I learned it, I was like, okay, I got to play that on the stream next time I stream. Because for like, how many live streams did I do the Blackbird? I did Blackbird for 20 live streams. Just because it's like, I don't have to practice it. I know it like the back of my hand. I can just jump into it. It's soft. It's easy. Everybody loves it. Yada, yada. But all right, let me look it up here. I'll look up chords to now and then. Let's see. Chords to now and then. Let me look this up just to make sure it's on the screen so I can not mess it up. All right. I'll give it a shot. Why not? I better turn off my... 1 second. Oh, Brennan says last Christmas, Bracebridge got like 150 centimeters. 150 centimeters. Jess says, you did it so many times. I know. I played Blackbird so many times. People are going to start getting sick of that one. I'll have to switch like yesterday because no one's ever heard that song before. Just kidding. Last but not least, if you've hung out with us this long, if there's still 565, 67, 50, it's going down now. People know I'm going to play a song, so the live stream is going down. It's a great way to boot everybody off the live stream as I start playing songs, and then it goes away. But yeah, long story short, download our free app. Actually, I want to show you something on our app. That's pretty cool. Wait, let me show you something on our app. So if I launch our app right now, you might like this. Here, let's see. If you like Instant Weather Pro, as soon as I launch our app, watch this. It goes right into Instant Weather Pro. Coming soon, very soon to your app is the ability to launch right into Instant Weather Pro. Instead of like the main homepage of the app, if you subscribe to Instant Weather Pro. So you can do so at instantweatherpro.com. And huge thank you to all those who subscribe to that. It's what we use to track tornadoes and significant severe weather and all that kind of stuff. But, another question here. 1 second. Johnny says, hey, boss, what about Hamilton? I need to open a commercial roof tomorrow. Are we safe to do it with M? With M. I don't know what with M is, but let's take a look here quick. 1 second. I will jump into the slideshow and let me jump over to so this is tonight and this is tomorrow. And I don't think Hamilton is expecting that much. Maybe the most that Hamilton's expecting is on Tuesday. Let me jump back to the full map here. 1 second. Let me just go through the images. There we go. I could have just hit forward. That would have been easier. Hamilton is somewhere between 0 to 5 centimeters and 5 to 15 centimeters. So nothing too significant. And I don't think there's too much expected for tomorrow for Hamilton. You know what? One easier way. I'm going to double check on our app. Chris says, Adam, the alert should come with a bit of your music. I should just sing every alert. Tornado warn. No, that'd be terrible. Okay. That would be awful. Let me just jump here. I'm just going to punch in Hamilton. By the way, if you use our free app, Instant Weather, and you live in Hamilton, make sure you type City of Hamilton as your search result. Either that or enable location services. But if you don't, type City of Hamilton. You may make sure you don't want to get Hamilton the city, not Hamilton the municipality. Or is it Hamilton County? No, it can't be Hamilton County. There's a different Hamilton somewhere. The easy way to figure out if you're on the right Hamilton is open up the map. And if Hamilton, the city, isn't in the center of your map, if you're somewhere over in Eastern Ontario near like Belleville, then you're in the wrong Hamilton, unless you live over there. But if you don't live over there, then I would definitely search City of Hamilton if you live in the Hammer. Okay, so I'm on the right Hamilton here, and it says only 0.1 centimeters tonight. It says tomorrow 0.9 centimeters, and then Tuesday is 1.4. And again, the app's not the greatest at picking up on snow squalls. I'd say Brennan's maps are a little bit more bang on. But Johnny says, appreciate it, boss. No problem. I think you're all right. I think you should be all right. Create your own ringtone. Yeah, that'd be something. All right, I'll play that new Beatles song, and then I'm going to shut down the stream. But I'll do this first. I have to remember to turn off my noise canceling. I always forget to do that. Let's see here. There we go. I think I've turned it off. So first, I'm going to double check to make sure you can hear the... Let me know if you can hear the... I'll turn my mic down just a bit so I don't peak it. Actually, it's probably fine where it was. Let's see here. Let me know. Can you hear the guitar? I'll wait till you say you can hear the guitar. Yes, says Lisa. Perfect. All right. Good. All right. I know... Actually, let me take out that headphone. I know it's true. It's all because of you. And if I make it through, it's all because of you. And now and then, if we must start again, well, we will know for sure that I will love you. Now and then, I miss you. Oh, now and then, I want you to be there for me, always to return to me. I know it's true. It's all because of you. And if you go away, I know you'll never stay. Now and then, I miss you. Oh, now and then, I want you to be there for me, always to return to me. We'll leave it at that. Thank you so much. That is the new Beatles song, miraculously. Come up with a new Beatles song in 2023. Who knew that was going to happen? That was pretty crazy, but also pretty inspiring. So I don't know if you like the Beatles or not, but I love the Beatles. I think they're arguably the greatest band of all time. So, and the fact that they came out with all of those albums in like the span of like 8 years is insane. So they were coming out with like 2-3 albums a year. There was times they had 3 albums in one calendar year. Once you start to realize how quickly they came out, that it must have been, to be alive at that point in time, I'm sure many of you were alive. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you kindly. I'm sure many of you were alive during that period of time. And how exciting, like there's no artist these days that like comes up with 3 albums in 1 year. Like that is just, it's crazy. And not all of it, but so many of the songs are just so good. Wow. I mean, that's spectacular. Anyways. Beatles' best band ever, says Sue. I agree. Melissa says, and yet bands can't even get one out in a year. I know. It's so different. It's crazy. But yeah, they definitely were brilliant. Anyways, long story short, snow squalls. Winter's here. I hope everybody stays safe. Hopefully, get your winter tires on. Winter tires are people are like, oh, I got all seasons. I know all seasons include winter, but snow tires are just so drastically better. And like, we're not sponsored by any snow tire company or anything like that. Snow tires are just so much better. I used to drive, when I first got my driver's license, I had to drive from Barrie to Collingwood every day. I don't know if you know Highway 26. It is like the snow squall capital of the world, other than maybe like Hanover area, but basically from Barrie to Collingwood every day. And it's the first time I've ever driven. I had a Corolla, a little silver Corolla, and if I didn't have like Michelin X-Ice tires on there, there was a few times I probably wouldn't be here anymore. There was a few times it got so sketchy, the road was totally frozen, it was crazy, And the only reason I stopped within inches of smashing into somebody was because of those tires. I'm absolutely sure of it. If I didn't have those tires on, I would have been toast. So anyways, long story short, Chris says all seasons not great in snow. Yeah, that's right. They're not great in snow. So put your, try to get ice tires if you can, snow tires. You can't put chains on them. It'll just tear up the streets. But yeah, if you can get snow tires are so important. So important. Because you might be like, oh, well, I have all seasons, so I'll just like slow down early. Well, there's some times where you're just driving along and the car in front of you just slams on the brakes and you have no time to react. No matter how careful of a driver you are, there are times you have zero chance to react. And those are the times that the snow tire is going to give you those extra few feet to not smash into the person in front of you. Although one time I slid so far and just stopped before this beautiful chrome bumper on the back of this really old pickup truck. And I was like, oh, phew. And then I looked in my rearview mirror and I went, uh-oh. And the person behind me was not so lucky, probably did not have snow tires on, and they just came smashing into the back of my car. So these things happen. But anyways, everybody was okay. He was on the way to buy a wedding ring. He was on the way to buy an engagement ring to propose to his wife. And I'm like, it's not a great sign. It's not great. Anyways, all right. Hopefully everybody is doing okay. And it's good to see you all again. It has been too long since we have hung out on the live stream. But again, that's a good thing because we usually go live for tornadoes. And Chris says windshield washer fluid is a must. Yeah, I've been through that circumstance too, where you run out of washer fluid the same time. It's like one of those days where everything just sticks to the window, and then there's like a transport truck in front of you just like kicking up so much, and it goes all over your, and then you try to put on the wipers and it gets worse, and then you're like Jim Carrey with your head hanging out the window because you cannot see. Like, yeah, I've been in those circumstances before because I ran out of fluid. So yeah, washer fluid, snow tires, new wiper blades, says Shelby. Yeah, that's good too. All of that stuff is good. Probably do like, like the little kit. You need like the little first aid kit, but then you need like a blanket and gloves and like one of those mini shovels. Put all that crap in your trunk. And, and cross your fingers that you're not going to need to use it. But if you do, you're going to be happy. So anyways, yeah. They just switched Brennan's nickname in our team chat to Map Goat. He is the Map Goat. Thanks so much, Brennan. Thank you to everybody on the team. Thank you so much to everybody who's joining the live stream. And I hope everybody stays safe. We'll talk to you very soon. Have a good night.